To 108 Gates. We are doing the Divine Masculine reading, done the Divine Feminine reading. It is up for you to enjoy. Adjusting to better self-care. How do you embrace self-care? Do you embrace self-care? And then upgrading it. So let's see now what Divine Masculine energy is bringing in. So we have desire. What does desire actually mean? Words of love. So again, sorry, I have a cold, so it might be a bit sniffly. Apologies. And for those of you who haven't already, there are monthly readings up for each star sign, each zodiac sign rather, sun sign, whatever they're called. Sun stars, they are stars as well. So anyway, words of love. Awareness, 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 aware, made aware. Interesting how it's seemingly quite different to the feminine reading, but it's actually quite significantly similar. So where we have treated our desires as if there's something we can't have, something we can't do, something that's out of reach, or someone else has placed it in that space for self. And therefore we've kind of given it negative vibes, given it negative words. And one example of that is kind of like, well, I didn't want it anyway. I didn't want to go anyway. I don't need it anyway. But yet there's that pang in your heart, there's that pang in your emotions for it. We've touched on this before. I can sense that we've touched on it before. I know we've touched on it before. It feels like we're gonna go in deeper. Sorry about tripping over the words. So words of love, those things you desire, making sure there's something that's sincere from your heart, something that's actually genuinely in alignment with yourself, your higher self, and your well-being and your higher good. And then giving it words of love, giving it somewhere to come to, so that you are allowing it to feel welcome, allowing it to feel nurtured. So the awareness is coming in of where you haven't been friendly or welcoming to your desires. Needs addressing. Interesting. 10 of Wands. I don't think I've seen the Divine Masculine 10 of Wands in this deck. And it does look like these two. Look at that. I can't even get the light. I haven't got the other light on, sorry. These two look like fountain pens. So the things you are going to be mastering is not just physical, it's not just on soul level. It might actually be planning. Are you effective and efficient in when you're planning something? How do you plan for something to be happening? How do you plan for any uncalled for events? How do you plan for things getting in your way? Do you plan for it, or are you just really lucky and optimistic and just go for it and it always works out? So being able to pivot when you have a plan in place. I don't know where this is coming from or who it's for, but it's feeling very, very specific. So when you have a plan in place, it's knowing or being aware that some things might not go to plan. And instead of being aggressive towards it, or belittling it, or begrudging it, or angry, or annoyed, or peed off, or whatever it is bringing words of love to it. Making sure that as you are going towards your goal, remembering that we are in a certain kind of species, that we do have external influences in the 3D realm, in other realms, whatever it is that you're dealing with. And then the desire doesn't mean that it's the desire that is wrong. It doesn't mean necessarily that the desire is not going to be coming to fruition if it's of a high quality and good for you. It means how we speaking towards things. That if things aren't going well, things aren't going to plan, what's needing to be tweaked in the plan, what's needing to be addressed in the plan, then you might actually find out that this isn't the plan for you, and then you go to another plan. See how it goes, see how it feels. There's like a splitting up of different groups of people. So some feeling more so into their plan, and great. Some people having new things coming into the plan that they hadn't anticipated and it's working out. Some people are going so strictly with the plan and it's just not going, and it's like, just let up. So it's approaches to your plans. If you don't have a plan, then how do you move forward? How do you progress forward? It's not saying that you have to have a plan or don't have to have a plan. It's a matter of, do you have a plan and is it working for you? Therefore, how to make it better for yourself, effective for yourself, efficient for yourself. So interesting, we had the Queen of Cups in that position in the feminine reading. Now you've got the King of Cups, bringing it some love, bringing it some attention. What are you enjoying about it? Those things you're enjoying about it, let it amplify, let it grow, let it be sustainable, let it move on to something even better, allowing yourself to expand with greatness, with appreciation of that which is working out, that which is growing, that which is organically feeding you, sustaining you, energetically, emotionally, so many different ways. It's a really sweet vibe. The main point of growth and development and self-improvement here is about what is your desire and how do you speak of it. When it's not going to plan, do you have a plan? How tight is your plan? How thought out is your plan? How detailed is your plan? How rigid are you with your plan? And if things aren't working out, do you kind of have a more laissez-faire attitude and be a bit more like nonchalant? It's like, okay, it's not working out that way, let's try this way, let's pivot and try this way. Or are you like, no, it has to only work out this way. If it doesn't go this way, then I'm going to abandon it altogether. Or if it doesn't go this way, I'm just going to keep hammering the same wall that is made out of lead, expecting to make a doorway out of it. It just isn't going to work, is it? So, awareness of what you're dealing with, awareness of how you're approaching it, awareness of how you are nurturing it, awareness of what actually is for your benefit and working for you, and also how is this impacting others. Interesting twist happened there. Justice. Right, so justice coming in around these, that feels completely like left field. I don't even know where that's coming from. That's like a whole different energy coming in. Justice may not have been a strong point in the past. It may have been that you felt like you were always being duped, you were always being cheated, or you were always being the one that had to lose out on something. No longer wanting to keep that moving in that direction, wanting to be more of, there's equal opportunities thing, there's something that's actually beneficial, and therefore you're able to protect it, you're able to sustain it, and you're able to develop it further from where it is to where it should be. Or you have the ability to say, this has now come to a natural conclusion and it needs to be ended, and I'm letting go of it and letting it be concluded. So the justice in this is again linked to I'm going to put this over here. No, it's got to stay here. That's a weird vibe. Let's just put it there a bit away from the other one, because it's a whole different entity coming. It's a whole different aspect of it. But then this also, so this is linking to desire, words of love, awareness, and then this is linking to desire, words of love, awareness. Have you had the loving support and loving encouragement that you needed? And if you didn't, where's the justice in that? Did it feel like you were always being tripped up? You were always being discouraged? You were always being told, don't do this, don't do that? When you know in your heart of hearts, it was what you wanted to do. It was where you wanted to go. It's what you wanted to be. It's what you wanted to see. It's what you wanted to eat, smell, do. All of those things, but you were stopped. You were prevented pretty much before you'd even got started, and it just drained. It became a drain instead of something that inspired you. Hence the words of love feeling a bit more of a negative thing. So you wasn't able to be nurtured because the draining of this external energy. Wow, this is really something. Sorry if there's a glare on here. I haven't got the other light on right now, and I'm not feeling the best, so I can't be fiddling with stuff. I just want to get this reading up for you, as long as you can hear me, even though my voice is a bit So this external energy over here, let's get a thinking card for it. It's very pronounced, it's very definite, it's very present, it's very influential. It may have been a hindering point, but the justice coming in now is because you are appreciating where it's coming from, appreciating not necessarily the negative influence. You're appreciating you yourself taking the time to reassess this, reassess where the words of love could have been applied. And if you didn't get the encouragement and the words of love from this external source that seems to be disrupting justice, then also understanding you can receive the divine love, you can receive the higher quality divine support and nurturing. It's a very nurturing energy coming in if you allow it. The justice here is where you didn't allow the nurturing, or you didn't have the nurturing coming in before. Not holding on to the resentment, not holding on to the grudges, not holding on the begrudgingly doing things, just letting it go, letting it slip and slide away, letting it just float away. Then the justice will come in, that you will be able to feel the gratitude of you putting yourself first, which now ties in with the Divine Feminine reading, and check it out if you haven't already, of self-love and self-care. Not just going to the basic levels of spa days or things like that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's taking it to another level of when you say you're going to give yourself time off, when you are having time off and you're switching off, you're supposed to be switching off physically, emotionally, and on other levels too, like energetically, just retreating for a while, coming back to yourself, coming back to your center, coming back to stillness, coming back to calm, coming back to self-love, coming back to your inner well-being, feeling that, and then even more ready for the greatness that's coming in, even more ready to hold the substantial upgrade that's available to us. If we can't hold the upgrade, how is it meant to come in? Some of you have got a massive upgrade coming in. Excellent. Queen of Coins. This upgrade is quite something. That's bringing about an energy of excitement. It's bringing in possibilities that you thought had been gone forever. It's bringing in a vibe of like, you know what, it didn't happen then, it can happen now, because my awareness is different of what happened. My awareness is different of how this time I've got to nurture it in a particular way, I've got to protect it in a particular way. The desire wasn't wrong, the desire just wasn't able to be fulfilled before. Other people were stopping me from feeling that desire. What is your desire? What does your heart desire? What do you need? What do you want? What did you tell yourself you can't have because you felt like it was too out of reach? It wasn't possible. Others telling you it's not possible. Bring it back home. Bring it back in. Let it shine. Queen of Swords. Bringing the clarity in. Okay, so there's definitely around here, there's definitely things linking in with the feminine reading. Bringing in the clarity of just really, really honing in on being more healthier towards yourself, being healthier in how you approach things, long-term sustainability. 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, mastery. I feel like this in this particular reading is what you've overcome. There's certain cycles that have been completed, that have been overcome, and you can now afford to. You should be spending some time, spending some energy to feel grateful for yourself in taking the time to reconnect with your original desires that are good for you. Give it love instead, where you feel that hurt, that sting, that pain of when there was discouragement and there was just not the support that you wanted or needed. Instead of being stuck in that, just let go. And I know it sounds easier than it is to actually do it. Yeah, if you just let yourself feel and believe it's easier to do than you used to think it's easier to do, then it will become easier and easier to let go. Literally just let go. Helium balloon, let go, gone. And the awareness of this is where you're going to be able to then feel the gratitude of how you have emotionally and psychologically, emotional intelligence increasing. So thanking yourself for taking the time to do the work to get to this point, to get to this awareness, to get to this standard of being able to use your energetic tools, being able to use your common sense, being able to use your initiative and your intuition and your ingenuity and your creativity, really, really going in that space of gratitude of self. Giving you a few seconds now. Gratitude of self. Let it in. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What have you not allowed yourself to feel grateful about yourself in the past? What have you not seen about yourself that actually now delights you, knowing that, wow, I did that, I achieved that, I got through that? Really bringing in the strength. Queen of Cups. Queen of Swords. Queen of Cups. Queen of Swords. Sorry. Queen of Serpents. Coins. Queen of Cups. Queen of Swords. King of Cups. There's a lot. I did say there's a lot of external influences. But this is more so. This is external part of self. But this is the internal awareness. You're going to bring the justice around. You'll be able to allow justice in if you acknowledge there was an injustice in the initial period, in the first space, in the first time, in the first instance. Nine of Coins. Queen of Coins. Queen of Cups. Love, appreciation, gratitude. Love yourself, protect yourself. I was going to say, I'm not going to say that because that's just weird. Acknowledge yourself, respect yourself. Mastery of certain things, but it means there's a conclusive energy to this. There's a space where it's like, you know what, you've done your work around these things. You can let it go now. Start a new process, start a new cycle, start a new avenue, start a new adventure. Don't carry this into the next space. Don't carry this into the next part of your wild dreams being absolutely possible to have happen. Therefore, your communication with yourself, your thinking process, you're going to be more efficient and effective because you're not holding on to the residue or the resentment or the past aspects that didn't work out, the past the memories of the past, mean comments, spiteful comments, jealousy, comments of jealousy, comments that were just not encouraging and not improving your general outlook on things. Just let it go. It's not even yours to carry. Don't take it personally. Some people just, they've got nothing better to do. They don't want to be better. They just want to stay stuck in a lower vibe. That's okay. Let them do that. Do you want to stay there with them? No, because you've got a massive, fantastic foundation to bring in. So I hope you enjoyed that. There are the monthly readings up. You can check that out in each zodiac sign playlist. Like I said, I hope you got something to think about here, because there's a lot to be working with. There's a lot of conclusive stuff happening, allowing for more newer things to come in. And again, I feel like I'm reading the weather. I don't know, it's a very strange vibe. Anyway, stay warm if it's cold where you are. Enjoy the sunshine if it's sunny and warm where you are. For now, peace and love.